Accreditation Council will oversee and develop an ecosystem of accreditation institutes. National Research Foundation will be autonomous body through the Act of Parliament. Rashtriya Shiksha Ayog, the National Education Commission, which is an apex body, will be constituted and chaired by the Prime Minister. So to sum up, education policy of 2019 will clamp down on the entire commercialization of the education. So to move on, overall there are a few challenges for the faculty, especially during COVID-19. Steps have not been taken to attract or retain well-qualified and skilled teachers. Large number of PhD or NET candidates are learning style. And it is also a must for the students, which in turn you can experiment or take up this instrument and test them, identify the predominant style, and accordingly you can change your method of teaching rather than asking the students to learn. So here, if we see, there are 10 items which is given. For example, in item number 3, these are supposed to be the works. How much do I keep feeling? How much do I keep watching? How much do I keep thinking? And how much do I keep doing? Do I do more amount of time, keep doing, a lot of activities? So overall, when you rate, this is actually to be ranked. We rank it 4, 3, 2, and 1. And when you take the overall summation of the 10 items in each of the column, that is concrete experience, abstract conceptualization, active experimentation, and reflective observation. So you will get a graph like this. You can just plot your points on this graph. Just check what is your best learning style. Generally, what is preferred is a diamond-shaped diagram. So,
excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't see the PPT. PPT is not seen.
Yeah, it has been shared, ma'am.
No, others also couldn't see, it seems. See the chat box, ma'am?
Yeah, 1 second. So many messages, so I think, yeah. Can you see, ma'am, now?
Yes, we are able to see. Proceed, Professor. Yes, madam, proceed.
Okay, so as any individual who's very clear with your predominant learning style, then it becomes actually very easy to improvise and strengthen the other styles also. So you can experiment this with your students also, and I have given 7 basic styles here.
Yes, madam, proceed.
Yeah, so it is
very clear.
7 basic styles based on the visual, oral, verbal, physical, logical, social, and solitary. So what happens is the 7 styles given here is basically for the e-teachers, which makes the learning very simple. So moving on to the very important tools and techniques of e-learning, 12 important e-tools have been identified. So for the better understanding, after every explanation with some restrictions. So overall, according to my observation and opinion, the top 5 e-learning tools may be Smart Builder, and this is basically a solid e-learning authoring tool for creating e-learning courses. In order to build a course, you don't need to write any code. This is actually a very cool indeed. There is another e-learning tool called as a Click Class, which is the fastest e-learning tool, and the teacher can include interactive quizzes, video content, discussion board, and audio commentary also can be included. 100 participants for virtual meetings. This innovative online tool has a whiteboard that allows you to draw some ideas by using pencil, highlighter, and eraser. Wow, that sounds like a real classroom. The next e-learning tool is Articulate Studio, and which transforms your PowerPoint presentation into an online course. It is very easy to use and allows you to create virtually any interaction you can imagine. Prezi, of course, is too old for me now, but old is gold, and this is all about the online presentations. Still, Harvard researchers find this tool to be more effective and engaging as it transforms whiteboard into presentation so that the students can better see, understand, remember the sessions. Sounds great. So now as a teacher, one has to understand how to create a e-learning culture. Okay, so at this juncture, I also do understand as a teacher, how do I, build my own, which is very important issue here. And the main thing that I would become to build my brand, I have to start writing profusely. And to start writing profusely, I need to read profusely. So building your own brand in turn, which means that you build your own competence. Out of the 5 golden rules, I would like to stress upon the rule, walk the talk. The challenges of e-learning. There are many criticisms, comments, news, which has been coming upon in the newspapers for the last few days. And on 18th May 2020 in Deccan Herald newspaper in Bangalore, we find that the teachers are being bullied by parents. Though teachers are under tremendous pressure shifting from digital to digital experience, parents constantly keep complaining about their poor quality of teaching, spelling mistakes, improper pronunciation, harsh tone of voice, and unprofessional background during webinars. Another news states that teachers now, during this COVID-19, are balancing not only their regular work, but also the homeschooling with full-time job in attending the seminars and conferences, works almost for 40 hours or so per week. Moving on to the major issues towards the students during this particular COVID-19 is, one is, there is no self-discipline, as this covers the concept of time management. The classes for some students starts at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and the child or the teacher that gets up late in the morning. So there is a lack of flexibility because of the learning happens when individuals discover the solution on their own. So asking questions one-to-one is generally restricted, and this makes the learning very difficult. The truth of e-learning is that everything goes virtual in the digital communication platform is going to go too well in the next few years. So entrepreneurial skills are extremely important for teachers. Creativity is another skill which is high in demand in India, and cybersecurity jobs have increased dramatically during this COVID-19 as everybody are update and learn a new skill and keep ourselves and our resumes updated. So it's time to adapt, evolve, and become. A lot of optimism is expected from the teachers, and I can suggest this: if you engage your students with a variety of activities by providing them a personal feedback on assignments and boost your curriculum by taking advantage of e-learning tools, you're sure to win the heart of the students. I will off the video for an online body language. For example, even body language is very important for the online. No, you're wrong. Body language is equally important even for online as well as for offline. And it equally helps actually the teachers to even bring the reluctant students along. Of the humankind, knowledge represents the sum of what is created by all previous generations, to which the present generation adds its own. This is actually from the National Education Policy of 2019. And let us remember, e-learning is not intended to replace the conventional methods and learning in classroom. It just aims to create an augmented learning environment when technology is used to deliver a combined range of learning and teaching techniques. So anybody and anyone, can create an online course and increase its effectiveness with the help of 12 e-learning tools, which is discussed today for this session. However, to be stood with me in providing support and concern, and above all, I thank Dr. Kumar for traveling with me for the last 20 years, head of the Department of Commerce and Management for National College in this academic field. So I once again thank all the participants for your valuable time and hope webinar was useful. Do write to me at rosekavita2019@gmail.com for further queries on the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you. Last at the end of the session. Professor, you can start.
Can I have my slides on, please?
Slides.
A very good morning to everybody. I would like to share a few ideas. One is I'll be looking at the general scenario in Malaysian education system, the practices in University Kebangsaan Malaysia, where I'm lecturing, also my own experiences with the students. And next, I will be going into a short research that was conducted in the past few days together with Dr. Rose. We did a survey blasting out through social media to Malaysians and also Indians. And we got a response about 400 respondents. And finally, the way forward or the future after post-COVID-19. Is the slides ready?
Madam, you can present your slide. Nothing to worry about it.
I can present my...
Yeah.
Because usually here, we have technical support from our side to help. Today, I'm all alone. Let me try.
Okay.
Is it visible?
Yeah, we are able to see, Professor. Proceed. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So the topic is challenges of e-learning, and the issues of e-learning varies from whether it is at the preschool, primary school, secondary school, and also at the tertiary level. If you look on the hypothetical diagram on the right, the possibility of owning an electronic device increases highly the potential of a candidate to access e-learning. Whether the higher the education level, the higher the chances of a person using an electronic device. And also the socioeconomics of the parents. If the parents are coming from a very poor socioeconomic backgrounds, chances are they will not have access to the digital platform. And if that is the case, how will they be able to conduct or participate in the e-classes? Okay, I'm coming from University Kebangsaan, Malaysia, and the e-learning platform has been available for some time. It is not done independently, but it is done simultaneously with face-to-face interactions. So we would have something like 40% of face-to-face interactions and 60% of e-learning, or it could be the other way around. It goes simultaneously because people will have their own free time as well to access the learning materials. Previously, our system was called iFolio, and today it is called UCAM Folio. The improvements that has been done is to have additional features, for example, grading. I will share with you in the next slide. So this is UKM Learning, UKM Folio. And in this system, student can access what are the materials that they have uploaded, the assignments. Students can also see the grades that has been assigned to each assignment. If previously all assignments are done manually, but now it is done online. So if I am late in grading, it will also show on the system. If the students are late in uploading the students, this is an example of my own UCAM Folio site, and I can access it using my metric information. And when you look at this particular slide, you see that I have 2 courses, and both of these courses, one is for a master's and PhD student, or together for everybody. Exams can also be conducted online, and this is a challenge because this system, UCAMfolio, was only developed, it was only allowed for us to use with the students in the beginning of the year. And both the lecturers and students are struggling. And during this COVID-19 period, we were given special support classes on how to conduct these classes. So even if you are a little bit internet savvy, it doesn't mean that immediately you can become an expert. And through this platform, we can share video links. We can also share tutorials. We can also share basically any material that we want to show. We can share directly through this portal. And the next slide that you can see is an example of the task at them later. Okay, so this this 7th slide shows the grading. So if you can see, the total there is 105. These are examples of only 2 tasks that has been posted. I have a few other tasks that needs to be uploaded. It's not completed yet because students are also using other platforms.
Don't speak. I am able to get disturbances. Please don't speak. The audience, mute yourself.
Okay, it's visible. So before COVID-19, it is very friendly because we can see face to face. At least once a week, the students will come to campus. We will have face-to-face interaction. But during the COVID, during MCO, the movement control order, there is only e-learning, online platform. We have no face-to-face physical interactions. So that is a challenge because sometimes what instructions that we are giving, sometimes it is misunderstood by the students. And people will personally message me outside of the group WhatsApp. So when it is outside of the e-learning platform, when we have face-to-face interaction, there is much better understanding. Okay, so now in the next slide, I'm going to go into the case study that we conducted the past few days together, myself and Dr. Rose. Okay, summary of the short research conducted. So the number here shows 397 responses, but later in the night, I saw the number has increased to 400. But I kept with the 397 responses for the analysis because I couldn't keep changing every few minutes. So a very high response from students compared to lecturers or the support group. And when I asked where they were staying, a majority of them are staying in the city or panchayat. What is the relevance of this? Usually, when people are staying in the urban area or in the town side, okay, when we asked about do you have basic ICT knowledge, only a small number of less than 5% said that they did not have basic ICT knowledge. Okay, this is really strange because majority of them are students. They do not have basic ICT knowledge and they are holding on to the handsets. So how can they say that they do not have ICT knowledge? Maybe they misunderstand what is the meaning of ICT knowledge. Okay, so it's always a challenge. Yeah? And the device access. So they're using their smartphones, laptops, and confidential data. You can share the slides with all the participants. Thank you so much. Okay, so I will continue. So everybody has access minimal with the smartphone. Besides that, they are also having laptops. I think Dr. Rose, 80% is from University Kebangsaan Malaysia. So they are assessing using the available platform from the university. Live. Besides having our usual sessions that are available in e-learning platform, which is a Microsoft 365 and also the UKM Folio. We also encourage our students to join in face-to-face Facebook sessions and also YouTube sessions that are presented by other lecturers or other researchers from other universities or we have a series about 7 talks, and it is all related to my subject matter, which is economics of social policy. So students, once they have watched it, they have to do a summary and also have to give policy implementation suggestions. Okay, what are the benefits of e-learning? Well, it looks like a lot of the respondents have said it's not necessarily a tool to help learn a subject faster, because this may be due to which is not visible clearly. So this creates a problem for the students to comprehend what we are trying to deliver, because there is a learning what I'm delivering. Maybe I should give extra tasks. Maybe I should add on the tasks. So assignments for the students are piling up. Okay, so the feature of repeated viewing is a really helpful tool for the students. In the normal classroom, when they have a face-to-face interaction, so that is an initiative from them. But if it is available in the e-learning platform, then they can be available. Maybe some of us are also experiencing internet instability. So while the session is ongoing, someone leaves the room. Someone gets disconnected. And when they come back, and during this session, like for us right now, what we are doing, the presentation, it is not a two-way interaction immediately. The Q&A, managing and from during the class. But now with the e-learning, everything has to be typed, or with handwritten, they have to take a picture, scan a picture and upload the assignment. Oh, doctor, I need to buy a new device. I need to purchase a laptop. And also, coming to think of it, if there are 2-3 students who are from the same family, I am a lecturer, I am also a parent, and I also need to supervise my students. They want to access the internet. They want to use the laptop. And the period of lockdown by the university. University presets all the classes because it is a physical interface. But now when it is online, the university does time and needs students' focus. So if you are engaging in a platform where you are learning online and you don't even room and are doing something else, okay, so it's a challenge. There is also a drawback. When we put mute, we can't hear their background, the student's background. So when it is unmute, the platform becomes more stable. So summary of challenges in reality: access or availability of devices depends on socioeconomic background of individuals. Access to internet or data connectivity depends on and students with special needs. Okay, so with this online platform, are we ready to cater for their needs as well? Okay. So future of e-learning. So this is the last section. We need to ensure access or availability of devices. We need to they can access the materials. Every week can also do our duties. Okay. Need to ensure access to internet or data connectivity to provide digital infrastructure. And finally, need to be inclusive. How to ensure that the students with special needs are not left behind. The varying needs have to be met in detail. All right, thank you. So open for question.
Students, please ask questions. Feel free to ask questions.
Okay, someone asked, is it okay, let me open the chat again. Someone asked, is it possible to inclusion of rural students in ICT present scenario? Okay, my research, a lot of it is dealing with the tribal community, the indigenous people in Malaysia, and they are located far, far away from towns. Many of them do not have internet towers, So mobile data is just not possible. Even if they have mobile handsets, it is very simplified. The simple mobile phones, and they cannot participate in e-learning. If they have to learn something that is new pertaining to ICT, the tribal community in Malaysia are saying, I will wait until the COVID-19 is over, then I will continue. But for now, if you want to help us, please send reading materials which are physical books. So based on ICT learning, e-learning platform, they said no, it is not possible. Any other?
We can ask questions even
Hello.
in Tamil also. Please.
Yes, you can ask
Hello.
in Tamil. I will try my best. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. R.
Thank you, madam.
Or
Hello.
Mr. R. Yes. Yes.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for your valuable information and also motivating us. Before lockdown, most of the colleges, in our today's participants, they can also even they don't make PPT, but today's your motivational and inspiring speech. In future, we have to adopt the lot of things. But my question is, the quiz and everything.
Please
is
introduce
okay.
about yourself.
Hello.
Please introduce about yourself, sir.
I'm Dr. Ravichandran.
Dr. Ravi.
I'm Dr. Ravichandran, Associate Professor of Economics, GT Arts College, Professor Kumar's friend.
Sir, welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Is it possible for descriptive type of questions asking through the online mode or conducting the examination through online mode? How to monitor us?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Ravichandran. It is possible to have online quiz and questions and exams with scripted details. But it will take time because whether lecturers also have access to printers at home, because some from the old school, they want a print and then they want a grade. And then they will upload the grades obtained by the students. Some of us from the, I don't know, maybe it's either younger generation of the lecturers or those who are more interested to keep updates. They are comfortable with reading the submission of students online itself, and they can do the grading. Whether it's a Word document, whether it is in PDF, because you can already put comments on the screen and return it back to the students. So you can have descriptive examination.
Madam, how to monitor our students without camera?
Well, that is really a challenging phase because we need to remember students are adults. And as adults, they should be able to think for themselves. Okay, I am now undergoing a learning process. What should I be doing? I should be doing my assignments. Each assignment, each task that we give to a student is a tool to monitor the students' performance. If they are completing their tasks, if they are submitting their assignments, that means that they are doing their work. I think that should be sufficient. Prior to COVID-19, I have a lot of field work. Students have to go and do assignments in the community. But now, during the COVID-19, that is not possible. So when I give them tasks, I ask them to do tasks that is pertaining to their own reading, their understanding of materials that they have learned or heard through radio, television, through YouTube, or any sharing sessions that they have participated. And also, something that I love doing is getting the students to conduct their own Google survey. So when they submit it through many platforms, how will they? One is get the survey done. How will they analyze data and media analysis? And where will they submit it for presentation? Is it through just social media, or will they be sending it to a proper journal?
Ma'am,
Yes, madam.
to
Yes,
add
sir.
on to that, actually, I wanted to say something. Many of them are asking about ICT in rural places. See, in India, actually, the internet reaches far-fetched in most of the places almost. It is the same case even in most of the developed and developing countries. So, however, what happens is some of the revolution in mobility sector and the initiative that is taken by the central government has enabled in reaching the masses much better. The Indian telecom sector has done amazing process in reaching the masses, especially the Reliance Jio has completed changed the way people consume the data. The push for technology driven access to government support initiative like Jandan, and this has helped the poor in a greater way and also has introduced them to the technology. So this is what I wanted to share with respect to the rural students. And also, there was a question whether descriptive data can be do it on online e-learning platform. Yes, of course. In our college, we are doing it on Google Classroom. It is completely possible, absolutely possible. And in my child's school, if you take, they are using Microsoft Teams, which is an excellent tool for the descriptive research as well as for descriptive classes and submitting the assignments. Yeah, thank you.
I welcome our principal, Dr. R. Sundararaman, to the webinar. He is in the line. Thank you, sir. Any more questions from the audience? Process, please.
Into app-based learning. So e-learning apps like Bytes. So we already have entered. Majority of us actually are using PhonePe, GPay, Paytm. So it's already happening. So similarly, e-learning also will take it, inroads. Some of them have asked in their expectations what could be the future of the higher education policy of 2019. The course stays for 4 years. And what could be the latest changes? Unless and until they are skilled and capable, they will not be recruited. The recruitment process itself is given a big blow in the policy. So a subject material can be easily searched in Google or found, and it can be explained on the YouTube. So teachers have to put a little more investment in time. That's all is required right now. So these are the few questions which I could bring about, and some of them have asked about ICT also. So it may not be a major differentiator, and actually the e-learning method is directed to a set of students. Similar to the normal class, we can just, without discriminating the students, we need to take and answer them. So that is very important with a smile on our face, actually. Yeah.
I think there was one comment about whether teachers, lecturers will be learning so that we will be abreast with the latest technologies, knowledge, and keep ourselves and also the knowledge interesting for the students.
For that, the best what you can use is you can use a lot of animations. As I told, that Prezi tool and a couple of e-learning tools which I've shared, you can use to make yourself more interesting for students so that they don't go away from the presentations.
Then I think it will make things easier for us, lessen our burden, so that we can be more focused on research work as well, not just on teaching.
To add up to that, today's students are more critical, and to face them, actually, we need to have a knowledge, because knowledge is power, and through knowledge only we all can be empowered.
I accept it, Dr. Rose, what you say is right.
Any more questions, please?
Madam, Dr. Natarajan, Principal of EGS College, Nagapattinam. I'm very proud, ma'am.
Sir, welcome, sir. Welcome our alumni department staff. Now he is
Okay,
working as a principal in Constitution College.
I'm raising one question, sir.
At the same time, ICT has to be hand in hand. We have to work together so that it becomes a successful and interesting platform. Universe relevant and move forward is the subject matters, the learning has to be applicable. If it is related to the day-to-day challenges, students will learn faster, move faster. And if they learn, they will be able to get a good grade, a certificate from university. And if they do get a good grade, then they will be able to get a good job. Or they will be able to create their own job. They can become entrepreneurs. Because youngsters today not necessarily want to work under another person. They might want to work behind the laptop, sitting at and the money is just coming into their bank account.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for clarifying the doubts in a simple and lucid manner. Highly informative speech, ma'am. Thanks to the organizers and other faculty members of.
I believe 60 days, people, the most of the faculty members have been calling me and asking, ma'am, how to prepare the e-content. Do you have any clarity on that? How do you? Actually, I have shown one particular software, Claro Line. It's basically a software. Most of the softwares, they at least give the free trial actually, 30 40 days. So you can just have a look on that because that will
implement experiential learning.
see. Actually, there is something called as a flashcards.
Okay.
Flashcards can be used for the best learning via this online activity based. As you said, experiential learning will happen definitely on the flashcards and small. I cannot say it as a quiz, but MCQ questions, multiple choice.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I would like to share in our Malaysian scenario, experiential learning, many of it is taking place through sharing of videos, short clips, and based on that, the students will give their responses. Someone asked Dr. Christine Maria Druid, will it be possible to implement digital learning in higher education in rural areas without adequate infrastructure and awareness? Okay, if there is not adequate infrastructure and awareness, it will be a challenge, it will be difficult and probably very minimal online learning. But again, if there is infrastructure and awareness, if the rural community do not have a device, then again there is not possible to have digital learning. It's a chicken and egg story, yeah?
Actually, in rural areas, we have one particular incident which happened recently where near in Mysore, it's an interior forest area where the student couldn't get the network connection. So he climbed the top of the tree and the photo has been released in all the newspapers. So if a student wants to learn, definitely he will learn.
Right. A few years back in Malaysia, some of the rural communities, not all rural communities, were very lucky because they received an internet center. I don't know, maybe it's like just like a house, and it has 2 or 3 rooms with either a tablet or a personal computer and full English in Malaysia. It's pre-programmed PCs that is given to them, and they can access through a particular learning center or internet center that is available in those locations. Yeah, for now, online classes are fully replacing chalk and talk. Or in Malaysia, we use the marker pens. But this is just temporary. Once COVID-19 ends, we will be going back into the classroom. Students will be coming back. But maybe the contact hours might be reduced. So that might be the new norm. We are still waiting for the Education Ministry's directives on this.
Here, actually, we are instructed to make the students sit far based on the social distancing in classrooms. So we can have morning and evening sessions. So the teachers have to teach twice in the classrooms. So we just are thinking about the workload, how it would happen.
I'm continuously sharing the survey form because the more data that you collect, I think it will be more significant, especially since the population in Malaysia and in India is huge when it's put together. So I really thank you if you participate in this survey because we also have a lot of feedback from the students, but not much feedback from the lecturers or the support staff. Any other questions?
Any questions from the audience, students? Introduce yourself and ask questions. Any questions, please?
Was there any questions in YouTube? I see a lot of people telling good morning.
No, actually, during this time, COVID-19, there is a lot of issues related to the health. We need to take care of the both physical well-being and mental well-being.
Yes.
A lot of sessions are happening towards the stress management. So we can participate in that as teachers and manage our time much better. So that one thing personally I have understood. And to take care of the not only the students, actually even our own children, we need to understand that we need to reduce the screen time. If the screen time is going to be very high, then children are having a lot of health problems, behavioral problems,
Correct.
physical problems.
Challenges and help to decade. This is not at all.
One and all. For Tuesday, we have another FDP program. Please come and join and share the. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.